This is the generation that is obsessed with popularity. And you can't be popular and be a prophet. But blessed are you when people hate you. You know, when they accuse you falsely, because that's the way they treated the prophet. We just got done reading the book of Jeremiah in our church. Read through the book of Jeremiah. Man, where he's just sitting there going, man, literally everyone hates me. Yet even in the church, we value people by the number of followers. And yet, why is it that we rarely hear sermons about judgment? If over half the Bible is this. And one of the things I would challenge you guys to is how much of your speaking and teaching is on God's judgment and the difficult things to say. Because it's hard to gain a lot of followers if you say the difficult things. And so when we say, okay, how do you reach this millennial generation? We've got to do it in a millennial, no. It's just an open statement of truth. There's not a cunning way to do it. You just say it. Paul in 2 Corinthians says, look, I'm not going to try to use cunning to do this. I'm just going to lay it out. Because if you don't get it, it's because your heart is blinded by Satan. And God needs to shine a light in there. Paul says, there's a way I can diminish the cross of its power, and that's when I rely on my own eloquence or superior wisdom. I think I have a way to reach this generation. And what I've learned over the years, it's the same thing that reaches every generation. X, Y, Z, it doesn't matter. It's the Word of God. And the reason why they reject it is because they are literally blinded. I got caught up in a lot of stuff, the way people did church and went to church. And I just assumed, oh, well, everyone goes to a building and listens to a 40-minute sermon and sings for half an hour. Is that what I found in the Bible? Or is that just what everyone's doing? The key is who's doing the discipling. Is it someone where you look at them and go, here is a guy that is deeply in love with Jesus. He loves, you can just tell. I mean, we can tell. You can tell when someone's in love with his wife, right? Or he just talks and says the right things. You can tell when someone is obsessed with their child, right? We know how to spot true love. And I'm going, when's the last time you just spotted someone go, he really loves the person of Jesus, like the person of God, like he can't get enough of him. Even with church leaders, we're not looking for that anymore. We want someone that can fill a room and has that gift of speaking or leadership or something to move this, drive this thing forward. And do we even think, is he a lover of Christ? That's my concern for this next generation is, some of you guys have a voice at a young age, and you can argue that it's God-given, or you can argue that you pursued that. And I would just say, be careful, because there's a depth that takes time. It's like a foundation. And you can build this building bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But if that foundation wasn't cured and wasn't right, the bigger you build this building, the harder it's going to crash and the more people are going to fall.